So this is Hadley, those of you who haven't met her. All right, so welcome to Team Mountain Strong's weekly call. It is June 13th, and I first want to know, does anybody have any recognitions to shout out?
Me. Officially, I know, Laura, we can actually say it, that Gymnasio is back to Emerald.
Yay! Yay. And I think Jessica, God, now I'm getting you guys confused. Which Jessica is an Emerald right now? Okay. Let me, Okay, so Jessica is an Emerald officially, which is super exciting. Yeah, we have lots of people. Kelly and Katie Mazzio kicked butt this week because we had a little Coach Online Office mishap, and they worked with me to make it happen. So I'm officially, for those of you who aren't in Star Diamond ranks, you have to hold them for 6 weeks in order to become an official Star Diamond. So I'm holding 3-star right now, and I was at risk for losing that. So Katie and Kelly kicked butt, making sure that I didn't lose it. So thank you to them. And then I can't, it's not really official, but Tammy Brasini became an Emerald today. She'll be official on Thursday. So that's really exciting. Any other announcements or anything anybody wants to say?
Yeah, I have one.
Okay.
Not only did Kayla become Emerald this week, she also became Success Club qualified for the first time. So,
Yay!
So she's officially a bad you-know-what.
Yeah, you can say it. She's heard it. Kayla, that's so awesome. Like both things, but Success Club, honestly, even more awesome than Emerald. It's so great. So hitting Success Club every month is going to really help you build your business. So great.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to try to get into the meat of my call. So I had gotten some feedback from a couple of coaches that they're feeling just nervous about reaching out in general to people, and then also about reaching out to more or less cold network. And so I can't decide if I should show you guys the slideshow I put together or just look at it. But would you guys rather just listen to me talk than looking at something? Yeah. Okay. I need to look at it though, because it's how it's like my notes basically. So hopefully I can just shrink you guys. Oh, you cannot minimize Zoom when you're recording. Okay. Just kidding. Hold on. Let's see if I can figure this out. Okay. I think I can. All right. So basically I wanted to start from the beginning. I listened to some top coaches today. I tried to gather as much kind of information for you guys for what I thought was kind of pertinent to conversating is what I was calling it on here, because it's stressful, and I know it's not as natural when you're on social media, but one of the biggest things I wanted to talk about is one of the ways that you start conversation is on your social media. So your page is representing who you are, and it's part of a lot of the way that people begin to trust you. So first of all, who the heck are you? If you go to your page and you look at your social media, can you see it all who you are? Are you a fitness guru? Is that all you post about? Are you a mom? Are you a dog mom? Do you love cats? Do you golf? Whatever your thing is, can people tell what you are, what you do? So let's see if anything else, what your values are, if you're religious, if you're not religious, if you're sending kids to school, if you're a teacher's helper, whatever, what your primary job may be if you have one. So one thing I was going to ask you guys to do to take away from this call is when you get off is write down the top 10 things that you think people might want to know about you. And then go to your social media page and look through it and see how many of those things you've touched on in, say, the last month. If you can get through that many posts. So if you guys have been through Coach Basics, we try to tell you should be posting 2 to 5 times a day. And when you start out, that feels like, holy crap, that's so much. I'm vomiting all over Facebook and people aren't going to stay watching me and they're going to be freaked out. It's not really true. I barely posted prior to being a coach 2 years ago. I'm sure there are a few people that have like defriended me or hid me or whatever, but that's fine. That's not for them, or they don't want to, someone told me once and it so hurt my feelings. I'd been like a coach for like a minute and they were like, I feel like I see your kids more than I see my own family. So I had to hide you. And I was like, all right, well, my family loves to see my kids. So when you go on my Facebook, you can definitely tell that being a mom is one of like the most important things to me. And that's a huge value of mine, family values. So sit down, make that list. And then what I want you to do is I want you to take a blank calendar. This is like your big to-do aside from going and making conversations. This is like making conversations on your social media. Make a calendar of Monday, one of my big posts is going to be about my family. Tuesday, one of my big posts is going to be about my commute to my corporate job and, how if you can talk about this on social media for you and the current job you're in, how you want freedom for that. Number 3 is going to be about your love of adventure. Number 4 is going to be your passion for golf, whatever it may be. I don't actually golf. I don't know why I keep bringing that up, but anyway, that's your one of your jobs after tonight. So think about and plan out how you're going to show the world about this. If you want to just do Sunday night or tonight for 1 week, do that. Like that would make it easier for you. So that when you wake up tomorrow morning, you're like, oh, today I'm going to post about my dogs, that's fine. Okay. So remember that social media is your business and it's going to be really, really hard to make it in this business if you don't come to grips with social media being your business. So it's crucial. And like I said, I didn't say this actually, I'm reading what I think I said. You're not selling Beachbody. You're not selling Shakeology. Anyone can go to beachbody.com and buy any of the programs. In fact, you may have friends be like, I saw what you were doing and I went and bought 21 Day Fix. Can I join your group? And you're like, if only you talked to me first, So you want people to think about you. So there'll be people that you're going to excuse me. Can you not do that, please, Hadley? You're going to have people that come specifically to you. You want people to think of you. But basically, I think one issue is that people, hold on, let me try to mute this person. Multi-level marketing in general can get kind of a bad rap. And I think it's kind of a bummer. There are some people that, don't do it well. And that's just a fact of any business. There are salespeople that are, selling cars that are super creepy. And then there's like really awesome salespeople that set you up with the safest, 2005 Subaru ever that's in great shape. So you want to be that person that they're like, go to that guy. He sold me a 2005 Subaru. He got me the best deal. I felt super safe with him. Okay, can you not do that, please? It's not that fun. So you're selling and sharing yourself, and that's what you have to remember. And I'm sorry that it doesn't seem like we're talking about conversations, but one of the things I was really thinking about today is that your conversations start on your social media. If you have nothing on your social media and you start reaching out to people, they're going to be like, who the hell is this chick? Who the hell is this guy? I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's about. Oops, sorry. So, and then you guys may have heard if you've been, hold on. Oh, am I cutting out to everybody? No? Maybe you're cutting out, Kelly. What's the consensus? Am I cutting out? Yes or no? No? Okay. Okay, cool. I'll keep going. If I cut out, tell me. Someone just texted me that I was cutting out. My girl Kelly, but I don't know. All right. So anyway, one of the things we talk about a lot, and we talk a lot about it within our teams, like in Team Mountain Strong, in the Wildflower Tribe, and Empowered Elite, we talk about how your vibe attracts your tribe. And the way I can put this is I have like quite a few nurses on my team. I have pretty much, do I have all moms? I don't know. But the vibe I put out was sharing my kids, sharing my job, sharing my love for taking care of others. Yeah, Hadley, this is what I was talking about when I needed some time to have my call. Remember? Okay, please maybe go play with Daddy. So what you put on Facebook, like we just talked about, your storefront, it's what's going to ultimately attract people to you. So if you're not putting quality stuff, if you're not giving value to your followers, they're not going to follow you. So for example, last night, the video I did was like way too long, but it was valuable. It had good recipes that I still need to post. It had my daughter who's hilarious. So think of things that are not just like Don't just throw stuff up there all the time. Try to at least a few times a week provide some value to people. And you want them, think of your social media as a way to get people, your prospective clients, to fall in love with you. So you are meeting them over the internet, but share who you are. You're not a Beachbody coach. You might be. That's only one thing. It doesn't define you. You're so many other things. So share all of it. So let's see. Oh, another thing, just make sure that you're posting pictures of you and not just your kids or just your dogs or just your food. People definitely want to see your face. The other thing to go along with that is videos. Like, as scary as it is to go live, and I still totally like fumble my words and forget what I'm even going on to talk about sometimes, but people like to see that because it's genuine, and they know that like people can trust me more when they see that I'm a real person and I'm not some like fake person putting up stock photos. Never put up stock photos. If you want to put like a fixed date cookbook in your photo or something to give away, that's different. But, and then highlight your team and your challengers or a client, make sure that you have their permission, obviously. But if you have someone that's killing it, like Kelly Spencer today highlighted her mother, who is like totally killing it. And that is not Kelly's niche. Like, she isn't really appealing probably to many like 60-year-olds, right? Because they're like, she's young and fit and whatever. I could never do that. So what Kelly's doing is saying, well, hell yeah, that's my niche, because look at my mother. So she's highlighting her mother, and therefore that's going to help her attract an even bigger tribe. Like, she could attract a lot of 60-year-olds. We don't know. Like, that's how we figure that out. The other thing you want to do on your social media in general is relate to people's sore spots, to their points that are like, oh, I can't do it because of this. So talk about how I never thought I would have the time to work out 6 days a week. I never thought I would have the time to food prep. I never thought I had the money to eat well because it's so expensive, or so I thought. And then provide a solution, how you work out at home, how you meal prep every Sunday and you do 2 dishes that last through the week, or 2 proteins or whatever. And think about like the questions that I don't know if you guys have ever done an avatar exercise, but an avatar is like writing out who your person is. Like, my person is a 30-something mama. My person works. My person wants to be healthy. My person is maybe a little overweight. Maybe wants to lose 5 or 10 pounds, maybe needs to lose 50. My person likes wine and they like chocolate. You think about who you are and who you're going to be attracting. And think about that, and then think about the problems that arise for you doing this and how you combat them, or how we help you combat them. And like I was just talking about Kelly's, you want to find your niche, and then kind of moving along in conversations is you need to find friends to have conversations with, right? So you want to find your niche. You can find groups that you can join. One of the easiest ways to find new friends, though, is to find people in your social media, in your friend list, that are like your person. Like I have my like dream team list of people that I want to have on my team someday. So find them, and then friend request their friends that look like other people that you would want on your team. It's a way to engage, to increase your network and people that are seeing your stuff without necessarily doing too much work for it. Adding 3 to 5 people a day to your network is really not that hard, you guys. You can do it while in the bathroom at work. I mean, that's literally where I've added most of my friends. So I'm definitely a phone person in the bathroom. And then remember that friends are about quantity, not quality. So don't just add like 1,000 Beachbody coaches. Don't go to my profile and add like all my friends, because they're already seeing me. So chances are, if they're still my friend, they're probably following me. So you don't want to go and try to like dip into my network, if that makes sense. And you don't want to go into team Fight for Your Life or whatever, some other random team, and try to like, poach their network. That's not going to be cool either. Hopefully that makes sense. So now you've found these lists of people that you think, say Megan wasn't my customer, and I'm like, she's totally my girl. Like, that's my jam. And then I go to her friend list and I look at a bunch of her friends. I'm like, all right, these 10 people might be people that I want to be friends with. So then I go to their profile and I look and I see one of them's a runner too. And I'm like, oh, cool. That's totally up my alley. And then I see one has 2 little kids and I'm like, oh yeah, that. So go and see what they do. One of them maybe is posting recipes. So go, so add them first, get them to add them as friends. Sometimes they're not going to, if you don't have a lot of mutual friends, I would message them at the same time. And you could just say, hey, I saw that recipe you posted. I see you're friends with Megan too. That's cool. Did you try it? How'd it turn out? You know, like easy conversation like that. And that's like very genuine. It's not, you know, you're not being fake because we all love new recipes, right? And then say it's someone, in your quote unquote warm market, like someone you've been friends with since you started Facebook, but you haven't spoken to them ever. Like all those people in the beginning that just, we all added each other because we're like, it's Facebook. Yay, let's add everybody. So it's someone that I went like, I'm like, I think I was in the 2nd grade with her. I can't really remember. Just message them and say, hey girl, like I see you on Facebook. I don't think we've chatted like in 30 years. Like, how are you? Where do you live these days? You can ask really simple questions like that just to engage them. And I don't typically ask about people's clothing and stuff like that because I don't really typically give a shit about clothing, but sometimes I do if it's a really cool, like workout clothes or something. Honestly, that's usually all I care about. But that's me. So that would be genuine to me, asking out about like headbands or cute workout shorts or something. So whatever feels genuine to you, I wouldn't suggest not being genuine. Like a lot of people will be like, comment on their sweater or on a piece of jewelry or whatever. If that feels genuine to you, then you should do it. If it doesn't, I mean, if you're a guy, I think, you know, there are a few guys in our team. And so I want to make sure that we talk to you as well. You know, you might say like, hey, I see, you know, we haven't talked in years. I see your workout photos. Are you a coach too? That's like literally one of the best lines. I'm sure you guys have heard that in other trainings, but the "Are you a coach too?" has provoked a lot of conversation for me. Yeah, that's trash. Amazing. It was a Tootsie Roll before it was eaten. Okay. So if you see somebody that like posts sweaty selfies, or you see like a workout photo in them, or just a lot of food photos, you could be like, hey, I was totally stalking your, you know, like make it funny. Like I was just stalking your page and I saw all those recipes. Like you must be a coach too, right? And then usually they'll write back yes or no. And then you have conversation going like, oh, you're not? Well, God, you totally should be. Like, can I tell you more about what I do, or want me to pop you in my coach sneak peek? It's so cool. It's been life-changing for me. Like, why aren't you doing this? You're already doing it, you know? So that can be a really good conversation starter. Or if you see that they have a workout post or something, you could be like, hey girl, like it's been years, but I just like happened to come along your profile and I saw your workout pics. Are you on a health and fitness journey too? You know, like open the conversation to them. Are you following a program too? You know, like just something that feels genuine to you, but asking them about what they're doing. Sometimes I just say like, hey, it's been so many years. I just saw you pop up in my news feed. How are you these days? You know, and some of these questions you guys go unanswered. I'm not saying every single person I message answers me, because they don't. But the more you can be engaging, and the more the general questions sometimes work. Sometimes it's really better if you're more specific. But I really have been loving the like, you must be a coach too, or are you on a health and fitness journey too? So then I wrote down some more conversations. This is to a cold network person that I've used. It's actually worked pretty well, because I can show you guys how to do this on my computer after, but I printed out a list of all my Facebook friends. So like I go through the list, I cross out everybody that's already Beachbody, because I have a lot of Beachbody friends. And then I just start going through it. And that's been how I've been doing my power hours, is just by forming with people I haven't talked to in ages, or I follow up if I have reached out to them recently. I just go down the list, and then it's like easy for me and I don't have to worry about it. So for cold network, for someone that I've friend requested, been accepted, and then I've never written them, I say, hey, I just noticed we're friends on Facebook and I've never said hello. So hello, hope you're well. You know, just something silly. And a lot of people write back, oh yeah, hey, I don't know how we know each other. Or sometimes that'll be my question, like, hey, I just noticed we're Facebook friends. You came across my feed. how do we know each other? We must have mutual friends, right? And then another one that I use, like, let's see, please, can I share? Oh yeah, I can share how I printed that. Just remind me if I don't do it, Ashley. You guys can unmute yourselves and shout out too, that's fine. Another thing I do a lot is thank yous. So I'll say, hey, I just wanted to pop in and say hello and thanks so much for the Facebook love. It means so much to me. And then a lot of times now with that, I've been saying, are you on your own health and fitness journey too? So then, you know, the other day I had a girl write back and she's like, oh, hey, no worries. I love doing it. No, I'm not on a fitness journey. I probably should be. Tell me more about what you do. I'm like, all right, that's so easy conversation, right? And I ordinarily wouldn't have known how to ask her, you know, how to like bring it up, right? So then another one, I just made this up today. Actually, I've never used it, but I was trying to think of other ones because I am currently trying to do a lot of forming because just to warn you guys, summer months tend to be hard. Like people are busy, they're going on vacations, they are already outside like boating and doing other things, and they have millions of more excuses than they normally do. So just for example, when I was first a coach, like it was this time 2 years ago, I think in May, I hit like SC18. In June, I hit SC22. Some of my higher numbers, honestly. And then in July, I was like dying to hit SC10. Like I was giving away cookbooks at the end. It was like all my like hot, warm market dried up, and then nobody wanted to do anything. And everybody had excuses for why July wasn't good for them. And they were on vacation and maybe when school starts and blah, blah, blah. So you want to be like forming and making those relationships now. The forming you're doing today isn't necessarily going to sell challenge packs in June. It might sell challenge packs in July or maybe in August or maybe next June. You don't know when it's working for you, but just making those conversations is how you get yourself out there. So if you're not putting yourself out there on a regular basis and making conversations with people, yeah, the next 3 months, exactly, then it's not, I mean, it's not going to work for you because your warm market, your family, your close friends, and people who like already love you, that is going to dry up, unfortunately. So be prepared for that. And know that it's coming. Don't let it surprise you. It's normal. And there's normal, you know, highs and lows too of this business. But the more you reach out to people, Kelly Spencer has like figured out a whole formula because she's a crazy numbers girl of like how many people she has to friend, how many people she has to reach out to, because she's figured out the percentage of people that actually respond to her and then the percentage of those people that actually sign up. She's crazy. She can give you her formulas sometime. But so she knows she has to reach out to at least 100 people every month in order to hit SC10. That's awesome. Like give yourself that kind of number and then divide it amongst the days that you're going to do power hours. She does power hours 5 days a week. And that's fine because she has figured out her numbers to be able to do her power hours those 5 days. If you're going to only do power hours 4 days a week, you got to have bigger numbers. I mean, that's just the way it is if you want to hit the same numbers. And SC, I know, is numbers, but it's helping people and it's how you're going to grow your business, which I think everyone that's on this call wants to grow their business, right? You want to have income. You want to provide for your family. You want to help other people in the process. So that's why we're here. So that was a really long tangent. I was just going to say like silly things like, hey mama, I see you have 2 little kids. I'm like dying during the afternoons. What do I do with, do you have any like awesome things you do with your 5-year-old to keep them busy on like a windy, stormy day? You know, like stuff like that. Like ask people love to share their opinions. It's why we like put dresses on and we're like, choose A or B. People love to give you their opinions. And then, you know, so making posts like that and engaging tons of people. But so interestingly enough though, don't do stupid questions because I had a friend post today. She's not really my friend, but she's a friend on Facebook. And I got like into a heated debate about it. And I never do that. I was telling Kelly Kuntz about that. It was like, I like got so fired up. I had to listen to like PD to calm myself down. I'm like, just chill the F out. You're fine. But she basically said like, why do people ask those stupid questions? Like, help, we don't have Cheerios and my kid is freaking out. Should I A, give them Lucky Charms, B, go to the store and get Cheerios, or C, tell them to shut up or something? It was like such a dumb example. And I was just fired up because I'm like, you're just making us look bad. So obviously like do things that like, I have to choose between these 3 dresses to wear on stage next month at Summit. Help. You have time to actually use this information. but interactive posts like that, people, honestly, you'd be surprised. They love giving their opinions. Like I'll get like 60 engagements when I ask questions like that. It's incredible. Let's see, that might be, okay, so now the middle of the conversation. I have to hurry up here. I don't have much time. So they've conversed with you some, what? Okay, ask Daddy to help you. They're starting to trust you. They watch your Facebook. You've been talking to them for a few weeks, a few months, whatever. And you can't figure out how to bring up like what you do, and they haven't popped it into conversation or anything. So one of my go-tos for that is I'll try to converse with them when I'm gonna go work out, so that it's actually like I'm not lying, and I'll say, hey, I'm sorry, I gotta go squeeze in my 30 minutes. Mama needs her sweat sesh or whatever, and say, I'll write you back after, just to like pop it in there and see if they say anything. A lot of times they'll be like, oh my God, it's so awesome that you do that. I wish I could do it. Hi, Ray, I see your apple. And that gets them to be like, oh gosh, what do you do? Like I could never do that or something. And then that opens the doors. Cause I think that's one of our hard things. Like, so if you're, if you still go to the gym, be like, hey, I'll write you back. I'm heading to the gym to like bust out a quick 30-minute session, whatever, bring it up so that they have a way to respond, and they might ask you questions about it. Maybe they say that. And then what do you say? You say, oh my God, you could totally do this. I'd love to have you join me sometime. You down if I send you some information? Or I totally felt that way too, girl. Like I never thought I could do it. I'm so freaking busy, but that's where I come in. I'm a coach. Let me help you. Like it's so awesome. Why aren't you already doing this? So the other way that I bring it up, if you chat and chat, yeah, never talk about politics. Dana wrote that in the side notes. It's very hard. I know Kelly Spencer's been like dying not talking about politics. She writes me every day and she's like, holy shit. Excuse me, guys, for kids. Declan, I'm sorry. So another thing I write a lot is I'll just, if we've been chatting especially, but I'll just say, hey girl, I was making a list of people I wanted to invite to my next challenge group, and I was thinking of you and how freaking funny you are and what great energy you'd bring, and was hoping you'd take a look. If I send you some more info your way, will you look at it? And then another one that Kelly Spencer told us last week that she uses a lot is she's just like, oh my God, like you're so awesome. Like I love your posts. You would be awesome for our challenge group. Like, can I send some information your way? And throwing those compliments in there get people kind of like, oh, well, she really likes me. She thinks I'd be good for this. Like I better do it. Right. So she's had a lot of success with, complimenting. Yeah. So yeah, or exactly like, Ashley's saying, if it's taken you a few days to get back to people, which, it does for me a lot of the time, unfortunately. Like all of a sudden be like, I'm ready to sign up. And I'm like, cool. And then I don't get back to them, which is terrible. You got to get back to people. But if you do that, then be like, I'm so sorry. I was so busy getting my 6 new girls ready for the challenge group. I'd love to have you join in. Let me send you some more information. Like you'd be perfect for it. Yeah. Or like, I've been crazy busy with my workouts and my team. Like, do you want to see what it looks like? That kind of thing. So just make sure you throw in stuff about what you're doing, because it is what we're doing. I mean, we were busy and we're coaches. And I mean, everyone who's on here, coaching isn't easy. Like there's a lot of work to it, but it's super rewarding and it's amazing. And I hope that you guys all can develop these mindsets that even when the SHIT gets super tough, you stick with it, because it is like, I can speak to this, I think, more than a lot of the people on this team. Like I've had some really, really awful times in my life during this coaching journey. And I've, instead of like, sure, I've taken a week or 2 off or I've really done nothing, but I've let it be like part of my therapy and part of what pulls me through the really hard time, versus using my hard time as an excuse to not do it. It doesn't mean I haven't taken a week off when I've had shit go down, like I have, but use it to fuel you forward, and use us as your support, and reach out to people if you're struggling. Like you have a coach, you have tons of upline coaches. We're all on the same team here. So just don't forget that. So I just have these other, a few other ones I was writing out for you guys. I just said, hey girl, hope all's well with you. I'm not sure if this is something you've ever considered, but I run online health and fitness accountability groups. We have another one coming up July 1st. I'm really needing the extra support and accountability. Would love to do it together. If I sent the info your way, would you look at it? So I end it that way a lot. Like if I sent it your way, would you look at it? Because a lot of times they'll write back like, no girl, it's really not like my thing right now, or yeah, I'll take a look at it. And then I start in with my questions like, okay, like just so I can send some really specific information your way. What would your health and fitness goals be for this challenge? And start your whole questions. Katie, speak out what you were just saying, because I'm not reading it very well.
So I was talking with Kelly earlier today, and you had said something that kind of reminded me of that. So like when things are going, like if you're feeling down in the dumps and you're not, getting the results you want, a lot of times we can say, I've heard it from people like, oh, I just didn't feel supported, or my coach wasn't doing this for me, or the group wasn't doing this, and the group was quiet. And it's your responsibility. Like we're all our own bosses. Like our coaches are, yes, our coach, they're also our mentors and they're our leaders, but they're not our boss. We're our boss, and we're responsible for taking that extra step if we're not getting the engagement within the community that we need or we're looking for. Like it's your job to go to the team page. Like that's part of your power hour. Check into the team pages, check in with your challengers, and do the business activities to get what you need, and reach out to your coach if that's something that you need.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. And the other thing going along with that is, so I'm in this elite contenders group with Kelly actually, and one of the things we were all discussing, like a bunch of other coaches who are going for elite, is how do you find your rock star coaches? Like, how do you find people that are like you, or how do you craft them to be like you? And here's the thing, you guys, your rock star coaches aren't going to need you that much. Like they are going to just go balls to the wall, and they are going to make it freaking happen for themselves because they want it. You cannot force people to want it. So if you don't want it, you're not going to be here. And quite frankly, your coach can't take the time to like drag you along. Like if you want it, you have to do it, and you have to have it within yourself. So what one of the other coaches was saying was, you're going to attract your tribe. So that's awesome. You're going to get those people in there, but your rock star coaches, your star diamond coaches, whatever, those are self-made people. Like you don't make them. So don't carry that weight on your shoulders. Know that you have the ability to attract runners, but don't carry that on your shoulders that you have to make runners. You will find them. They are out there. There are people like you that are out there. So just keep believing that you have the power to attract them. So the people that are showing up to your calls, the people that are checking in the page, those are the people that are self-motivated, because you can't make them do that. I can't make you get on these calls. It makes sense. One other thing before we go, because I wish that I had been a little bit more on the ball with Sean Week, because it's so awesome. But one thing I want you guys to start to do is, I get to this point where our challenge group starts Monday. I've pretty much already made the cutoff where I'm not really accepting, maybe that's a lie. Today I'm kind of accepting people. But beyond today, I don't feel like I have a lot to invite to, because my next challenge group starts Monday. They don't have a lot of time to prep. They start much later than today. So what I'm going to start inviting to is to a Shift Shop preview. So the free preview is on the 19th, the sneak peek. So I'm going to, I think Kelly and I might do a week around the sneak peek, and it's going to be like a Shift Shop preview. So what we're going to do is get all these people who have said no to us in the past, whether it's for money or time or whatever. A lot of times it's about money, right? Get them to sign up for the free 14 days for Shift Shop preview. And we can develop a little program to do around the one Shift Shop preview they're going to have. And we're going to create an amazing experience for them, and they're going to want to continue. And then we're going to set up for SC at the end of June and at the beginning of July. You'll have people in your funnel. They'll already be your customers, and you'll say, hey, let's just get you set up with a customer with a challenge pack. You've done so amazing. recognize them in the challenge group, be like, holy crap, like Lisa is killing it. She's done every workout. Look at her meals have been on point. Like, develop a meal plan for your people that week. Tell them you're going to provide a meal plan. You're going to provide a grocery list, the recipes, the workouts for the week. All they have to do is sign up for the free 14 days and provide a great experience. You're not going to get every one of them, obviously, but that's going to give you people that are going to have an idea about what they're getting into. They're going to be able to trial any of the programs on Beachbody. And if you make it a great little community, they're going to love it and they're going to stick with you. So just an idea moving forward as you guys are forming and conversating the rest of the month. There are other things to invite to. So I should have been on this for Sean Week. I wasn't personally, but now after I, finish hopefully with SC10 tonight for my challenge group that starts Monday, then I'm going to start working on, either later SC points in the end of the month or signing up people July 1st for Shift Shop's actual release on July 12th. So, and we all have to talk that up like it's the most amazing thing ever. And by the way, a bunch of us on this call got to actually work out with Chris in Punta Cana, and he's like incredible. He's so amazing. If you guys like how Shaun T speaks to you and talks to you and empowers you and inspires you, you're going to love Chris. He's amazing. He's so great. So anyway, I hope this call was a little bit helpful. If you guys want any of these scripts or anything, just reach out to me. I can go, no, I can't go live and share my screen, right? They show up. Ashley and Kayla Salmon. Oh, hi. Oh, cool. That's awesome. But anyway, if you guys want to know, I can try to go live or do something in the page about printing out your friend request, because I don't have the paid for version of this program yet, so we're going to get cut off here in a second. But thank you all for getting on. I really appreciate it. Congrats on all you're doing so far this month. It's nice to see your faces. All right, bye.